to Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the NC State Wolfpack and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
One of the most dedicated fan bases in all of sports, Lincoln, Nebraska is home to Memorial Stadium. 85,000 strong, pack it in every time this team kicks it off. Lincoln becomes one of the most special places to watch a college football game. Definitely a bucket list item. Nebraska continues to be one of the strongest traditions in college sports. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. So NC State's headed toward the football to break the seal on this 2027 season. He'll bring it out. It's Mills. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. St. Clair got his man out of the backfield. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season. Snags it, and there's running room. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
And man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer,
sprinting away. He'll work his way down to the 28. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. This quarterback part of their running game. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long. To the left. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Making the adjustment on the play. Run the gun on third down, St. Clair. Rush right in his face. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And that's exactly what you want as a coach. You want to drive the ball down the field and get some form of points to create some momentum for your squad to start the season. How about the kicker? 1 for 1 in the year. He's perfect.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Gonna run it. It's Jackson. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Second down, gonna throw it. Throws to the wideout. Out wide right, it's Watkins. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Left side is Barney. On the move at the 30. Touchdown, NC State! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. These two guys, they just shared a glance and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about him after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
He'll bring it out. It's Harris. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. So the Nebraska offense heads out to start this drive. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. Here comes the heat. And it's a sack.
And that's absolutely going to be one of the keys to this football game. Keep the rabbit in the cage, man. Don't let him get outside that pocket, start bouncing out wide. That's where he'll do a lot of his damage with all that speed. That is a big key for this defense. Great job here early in the football game.
After that sack, they're in a different zip code now. Second and long working here. Oh, he's got some space. He's forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A good pickup to give this offense some operating room.
Well, in a second and forever situation, they hand it off, and they're able to get a big portion of yardage back now to at least give themselves an opportunity to convert this third down.
He's changing the play. St. Clair from the gun on third down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Huskers will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Looking for room. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Hits inside, it's Jackson, fighting off the defender. And he delivers the angry stiff arm, but is greeted by an angrier defense.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Oh, sweet feet. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. NC State might want to keep slinging it after that last big play. Keeps it moving, it's Jackson. Stopped in his tracks, he got nothing, it'll be 2nd and 10.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Fires left. He's got it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Wolfpack! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it out. It's Mills. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. They go play action with St. Clair. Buying time to his right. That throw might have been a little too hot. He couldn't haul it in inbound. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Throwing St. Clair. He'll pull it down. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. On the move. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down. Second and long here. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Back to throw. It's St. Clair. He tries to take the top off. Holds it in on the left. Shakes a man and he might take off. Touchdown, Nebraska. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
And how about the bomb? The long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
From deep, it's Ingram. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first two drives, and they're back to work now. There he goes. Crosses midfield. At the 30. He's at the all the way. Touchdown, North Carolina State. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Harris. Makes a move. He's on the loose. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Lining up for the PAT. And they tack on the extra point to cut the lead to 21-17. You get a return like that, and it can't just be the guy with the ball who's right. Everybody has to do a job, and they did that in brilliant fashion on that one. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Picked off, and this one could go all the way back. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Coming out with it, it's Scott. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Timeout called by the Cornhuskers. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Looking for a gap. It's Jackson. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets it to the 14.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The give to the back. Good surge up front, giving 4 out to the 18.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Right side, it's Jackson. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Wolfpack will have 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They want to run this quarterback. Breaks into the open. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
On first down from the 13-yard line. Tavian on the play action. Buying a little time to his left. Got enough space. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Trying to establish the run. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
A designed run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Huskers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. On the run, it's Jackson. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. And now the Wolfpack will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. On the move. He'll try to do it himself. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Quickly out to the tight end. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Sells the run, looking to pass. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Direct snap. It's Barney. A host of defenders there to make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and the clock is winding out here in the first half. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We get right to it with Indiana taking on the Kennesaw State Owls. And it's the Hoosiers trying to win the home opener. They've got the lead midway through the first half. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. NC State heads out, gearing up to go on the attack. They'll Those two first-half turnovers really damaging and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. Moving out to the right. Throwing on the right. And they needed a little more room to work with as that one sails out of bounds.
This offense is done being patient. They're down on the scoreboard here. Now, early in their first possession in the third quarter, they're being aggressive. They're taking shots. They're trusting their playmakers outside to get it done. That time the defense, really nice job forcing the incompletion. They were ready for it. This offense, though, they need to stay aggressive.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. With the catch, it's Watkins. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. No huddle offense to the line.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the offense came out aggressively here in the second half, but they can't put the drive together and spit it up on the turnover.
I'll tell you, this defense has a lot of athletes. They've got a lot of guys with ball skills. If you put the football anywhere...
Makes the grab in their space. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside of wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field. The game looks slow to him right now, and he's executing at an incredibly high level. And these receivers outside, man, they are winning each and every time.
There's a little room there. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Nebraska! They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. Here he comes. This is a gamble. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up.
Turning on the Jets. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Out wide left, it's Huffman. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. The corners are walked up tight. Under pressure. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Pulls it in. It's Huffman. Taken down. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Wants to keep it in the air. Fires deep toward the end zone. Almost had a pick in the end zone.
We've seen a lot of good hands in the back end of this defense in this game. They've got multiple interceptions. That was not a good example, though. That should have been another one, but they say people play defense.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Snapped it, and he has to have it. He'll take a shot. To the end zone, and it's picked off. Got some room to run. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Working the ground game. It's the runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Motion from the wideout. Right back to the well. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Fires to the middle. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Timeout called by the Cornhuskers. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Tavian St. Clair escapes the pressure going right. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Well, I know there's a lot of people out there thinking, hey, it's 3rd down, you got to throw to the sticks here, but I like the call getting the drag. You get the catch, he advances it a little bit, doesn't quite pick it up, but now you've set up 4th and short, and you've got to think on offense, you've got to play somewhere that can go pick up this first down.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. Nebraska uses a timeout here. It's their 2nd. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Changing the routes with his receivers. St. Clair to throw for it on 4th. Fires to the right. Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And the route is on. Lining up to tack 1 more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. And here he comes out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Rush is on. Gets away from one.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
From the gun, it's Miller. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. Off to the races to the right. And he scores! Touchdown, Wolfpack! This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy.
Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time, he just tried to force it into a tiny window. It ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
And listen, you start to get desperate, right? Late in the game, it's in the 4th quarter. You know, I got to steal a possession somehow, some way, and you got to pull the trigger and kick an onside, something you feel good with. They tried. Unfortunately, they failed, and this game's going to get difficult now even more down the stretch.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Fires on the move. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter is sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we're looking pretty good.
The Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Look out! And down he goes.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they...
What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety. So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. All over him immediately.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield, and created the negative play.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. They'll need a bunch on second down. St. Clair. Oh, pressure's coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
From the gun on third down, St. Clair. Got rid of it just in time. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. And the Huskers line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Oh, man, that is an absolute rocket launcher of a punt. Fields the punt. Slips through the line. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Fresh set of downs going up top. Stepping to the right. Unleashes one. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. So the first play of the drive starting here from the 45. Throwing St. Clair. Turns it upfield. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop you.
He's got 93 yards rushing, and he's making sure the defense feels him in this opening game. It's first down from the 37-yard line. Gonna take a shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of